All right, guys, I think I finally figured this out. So we're gonna do red zone, um, live stream of the red zone, but we're only gonna do the fourth quarters because that's when things get the most interesting because the game's almost over and everything's on the line and that sort of thing. So yeah, I had a lot of bugs earlier, like the live stream quit on me for the first time, and then the second time I just got so tired that I needed to take a cat nap. And then I was doing that. I came up with this idea. So here we go. I know the Saints just scored a touchdown, and several of the teams who are doing a day game right now, they're just started their fourth quarters. And Josh Dobbs just scored a touchdown, and they got the 2-point conversion on a very lucky catch at the corner of the end zone. What we Lions fans need is for the Seahawks to lose, and that's looking very likely at this point. The Seahawks they're not getting quite as blown out as the Lions did, but they're still getting blown out. And we need the Seahawks to lose. We need the Vikings to lose to preserve our lead in the NFC North, to increase it. And then, then again, if Atlanta wins, then they could catch the Lions at where they're at in the number 2 seed. So it's unfortunate that these two teams are playing each other right now for that reason, but and then later on, the Lions need the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Philadelphia Eagles so that the Lions can have a shot at the number 1 seed in the NFC. So those are the ones that are the most interesting to me. And then aside from that, I will say, after watching a lot of the red zone, CJ Stroud is a great quarterback. And the Cleveland Browns defense is for real, although they lost their left tackle in the earlier to an injury. So that's unfortunate for them because the Browns do have a really good offensive line. Oh, yeah, and I have a sandwich now. And I have a plate full of chips. As well as a Diet Coke. And I have a cupcake all the way over there, out of my reach. And I think I might just live stream the Bills and Bengals tonight, just really because I haven't really seen the Bengals play that much. And they haven't really been at their best yet this year, but they're the type of team that gets going as the season goes. A real second half type of team. Whoa, what's going on with the Packers? There's a fumble. The ball rolling around all over the field there. Similar story going on in New Orleans and Chicago, where the Saints are ahead by 7 points. Still in the Saints and Bears game. Bagent throws an interception. Marcus May tried to pass it over the middle. And I think it's safe to say the Saints are in control of this game. It's okay, Badgett. There were no expectations for you this year anyway. Texans and Buccaneers now. This game is 1 point, so Tampa Bay is winning 23-22. When Houston got their touchdown earlier, they tried a 2-point conversion, but CJ Stroud threw behind the runner, and they didn't get it. But this game is definitely interesting. I always feel like whenever I'm watching a game to evaluate a team, it's always whenever they're playing against the Tampa Bay Bucks for whatever reason. It was like that with the Vikings in week 1. And then definitely the Lions when we played them. And that's when everybody was thinking the Lions were the top team in the NFL. Stroud lofted it to the receiver that caught it, but he was out of bounds next to the end zone. We're showing the Vikings and Falcons, which is what I'm interested in. The game is tied, and the fourth quarter is just starting. They hand it off to Akers, who gains a few yards there. There's a touchdown for Stroud. Schultz toward the corner of the end zone there. CJ Stroud could have a chance to case to be a rookie of the year. And meanwhile, Minnesota just kicked a field goal, so not good for the Lions' division lead. But it's better for their lead in the conference for Atlanta to lose. And they're losing now. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like that game makes no sense between the Falcons and the Vikings in terms of the Lions where they're at in the NFC. Because if the Vikings win, then the lead in the NFC North narrows for the Lions. But if the Atlanta Falcons win, then their lead as the number 2 seed, potentially the number 1 seed later in the NFC, narrows. They go for the 2-point. And it looked like Stroud ran it in, and 2 points Stroud. The 2-point Stroud. The 2-point conversion is good. So now Houston has 30 points to 23 for Tampa Bay. Now it's up to Houston's defense to try to hold Tampa Bay. Maybe they can do what Detroit did and punt it all the way down to the 1 and force their offensive drive to be super long. CJ Stroud continues to impress. I agree, announcer. I learned your name earlier, but I forgot it now. I see one viewer in here. Thank you for stopping in, even if it's just for a second. So I'm experimenting with Red Zone fourth quarters now. I did attempt to stream the Red Zone stuff earlier, but my feed cut out on me because of internet stuff, as well as I really needed a power nap. So I ended that stream, the second stream, and I took one. And then I came up with this idea for the fourth quarters. Rams and Packers. What's going on here? 10-3 Packers are winning. Oh, and the Packers tipped it and intercepted it. Even though the score is low, Packers seem like they're playing fairly well today, especially their defense. Especially after they traded away Rasul Douglas, who's now a Buffalo Bill. So this idea of the red zone fourth quarters will probably be a case-by-case situation because obviously, I have to watch the Detroit Lions when they're playing on Sunday, depending on when they play on Sunday. So let's say the Lions play a day game, like 1 o'clock Eastern time, and then we finish up that game, and then I probably would live stream the fourth quarters of the late afternoon games, the ones that start at like 4 o'clock, 4:25 Eastern time. That's kind of where my head is at with that. And then I'm going to see about trying to get back on track with live live streaming the primetime games as much as I can. Whoa, Chicago or New Orleans are trying to do a 4th and 1. Didn't look like a tush push though, but that's what everybody's going to start calling it anytime someone even remotely tries anything similar to it. Even though it's just a quarterback sneak, I bet. It looks like a first down. No official signal, though. Here comes the marker. They're lining it up perpendicular to the ground in relation to where the football is. Oh, it's close. Doesn't look like they got it. Short by just a couple of chain links. Meanwhile, the Commanders are winning 20-17 over the Patriots. So I feel like the Commanders, they're not quite one of the worst teams in the NFL, but they're like somewhere in that lower medium category for the Commanders. They're not the worst team in their division either, but they're not the best either. And Howell had a really sick touchdown to Jahan Dotson earlier too. So that is one quarterback receiver combination that I do enjoy. Obviously not as much as Goff and St. Brown or Goff and Laporta. Hey, maybe someday in the near future, Goff and Jameson Williams, or Goff and Peoples-Jones. Ooh, Packers and Rams. Oof. Don't tell anybody this, you guys, but I had to wear Green Bay Packers attire earlier today as part of my work uniform for where I'm working. So, but it was only for a couple hours. No one would ever know unless they watch this live stream and they hear me say it, and then they go and spread the word. I don't want to watch the Bears, though. Make it stop. And Kareem Hunt just punched in a touchdown. The Cardinals have not scored a point. They are at a goose egg right now, so the Cardinals very well might get shut out, but that's just a compliment to how good Cleveland's defense is. Packers get a field goal just now. I haven't seen anything of the Ravens in the Seahawks game. I'm thinking the broadcast might have got cut from that game just because of how much of a blowout it's been. Wow. Baker Mayfield just Hail Married it to Mike Evans at the 1 yard line, and he's somersaulted into the touchdown. Baker Mayfield to Mike Evans. That was a great pass. That was impressive. 54 yards. It's too bad he didn't get traded to the Lions. Oh, well. Here we go, Vikings. Falcons have the ball. They're at the 50. Heineke tries to pass. It's incomplete. You would think the Falcons, with all their offensive weapons, they should be able to score at will. And they supposedly have the best rushing offensive line. Good for run blocking. Arguably the best, or so I've heard. Second and goal for the Bucks. They did not get the touchdown. But Rashad Wright just punched in a touchdown for running for the Bucks. I wonder what they're going to do as far as 2-point conversion or extra point. I imagine they still have time, like 11 minutes left. The Saints just had another interception. I feel like I'm having deja vu with that. As far as I'm concerned, that Bears game is over, so I don't need to see any more of that. I'm sorry, Tyson Badgett, but I want to watch actual competitive football. Oh, here we go. Seahawks and Ravens, they're back. 37-3 in the fourth quarter now. Ravens throw another touchdown. So it's just a highlight that they're showing us, but I think they confirmed that the broadcast did get cut. Seahawks lost will put the 49ers back in first place in the NFC West. Good, because screw the Seahawks. I think San Francisco's on a bye week right now, so there's nothing to root for or against with them right now. Who is the Rams quarterback? Freeman is his name? Is that? I don't know. They're pumping up the Cowboys and Eagles. As far as the Dallas Cowboys go, I've kind of always been indifferent to them. There's times when I'll incorrectly predict, okay, this probably feels like a year that the Cowboys are due to win a Super Bowl and they look like they have a good team. But then until they prove to me in the playoffs that they don't, and they end their season on a stupid or controversial move by San Francisco against San Francisco. So it's happened too many times where it's just okay, what am I supposed to – how much longer am I supposed to buy into the hype, Dallas? So, again, I'm indifferent for them in general, but today I'm rooting for them just to help the Lions get the 1 seed. But the Eagles themselves, they're a tough team too. Everybody knows that. Ooh, Mac Jones, incomplete. Hail Mary-ish play. I'm surprised the Patriots are this close into the game. Vikings are still ahead by 3. 9 minutes to go in the game. But the Vikings have the ball at the 50-yard line, right on top of the Falcons logo on the field. Pass incomplete. Intended for Hawkinson. Hawkinson's seems like he's been having a decent game today at least. What's going on? Hmm. Sorry, I'm just trying to click out of some tabs. Whoa, what was that play by the Falcon by Houston? Was that some sort of delayed hook and ladder? Fakes it. Oh, he gives it to the running back, and then hooks and ladders it back to Stroud, who then runs out of bounds with it. Pitches it back to Stroud, who was running behind him. You never expect that from like a quarterback, you know? Most quarterbacks, anyway. I love seeing all these trick plays. I like to think the Lions are the ones that kind of got the ball rolling on that a couple of years ago. Oh, nice pass. That'll get them the first and goal, but there was a flag on the play, though. Noah Brown, wide receiver for the Texans. Doing good stuff. CJ Stroud just going bananas. He must have a chip on his shoulder from losing to the Ducks. Xavier Hutchinson, the wide receiver for the Texans, got the false start. But don't say Hutchinson's the name Hutchinson and Babe. I'm just kidding there. But Xavier Hutchinson was another possible late round wide receiver I thought the Lions might draft. He seemed like he was pretty decent out of Iowa State. No more Bears and Saints. Come on. And Minnesota, or no, that's not the Falcons game. That's Houston. They're about to score again. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Taylor Heineke trying to prove he's better than Desmond Ridder. They're at their own 37-yard line. They hand it off to Bijan Robinson. Gains a few yards there. You don't hear much about Bijan Robinson these days anymore. It's like he was having a nice first couple of games, and then he got figured out. Maybe at the Detroit Lions game that I went to when they played them. Stroud. Oh, incomplete. That could have been a touchdown pass, but that was incomplete. Stroud was scrambling to his right and then threw a laser, but it was incomplete, I guess. Falcons get the first down, though. And the Texans are just going to go for the field goal, 29-yard attempt. I need to live stream a game with the Houston Texans playing. But anyways, the point is Houston is ahead of Tampa Bay by a score of 33-40 with 8:45 to go. So this game is back and forth kind of with Houston like taking the lead and then Tampa Bay coming back to just barely tie it or whatever. So this is an entertaining game. There's been some entertaining games. Oh, the guy who kicked that field goal, that was one of their third string running backs who was practicing an emergency third string kicker. That is interesting. They showed him going out at halftime to warm up for kicking. But what's going on with Houston's kicking situation to where they would need such a kicker? Luke Musgrave gets a touchdown pass. Good for Luke Musgrave, Mr. Oregon State Beaver. Well, that'll be good for where I'm living, so a lot of Packers people in good moods, even though it has no effect really to the Heineke scrambled around there to get a first down and more. That looked good. But yeah, Green Bay winning doesn't concern the Lions at all with where they're at because Green Bay is so far behind. But still, though, it'd be nice to know those people are in a decent mood today. That number I wore was 9 for Christian Watson. The Falcons continue to run the ball. They're close to the first down, to the 30. 4:50 to go in that game. 24-21, Vikings are ahead. I'll probably watch the Cowboys and the Eagles, but I won't live stream it in any way. But I'll look to live stream the Sunday Night Football game tonight, the Bills and the Bengals. And watch for the 5 players that I highlighted in my short that came out last night / this morning. The Saints 47-yard attempt, and it's doinked. No good. They're trying to give hope to the Bears, but no, there isn't any. Don't do that. Don't try to make that game interesting. It's not interesting. There's no way the Bears are going to win that game, even if they're down by 7. Not with the type of quarterback they have. Once again, I'm sorry, Tyson Bagent. Excuse me, sorry. I'm just checking my analytics right now. My cheeseburger video is still getting the most views, even though I took it down from my featured video on my YouTube channel page. You would think my sequel video to that would be getting more and more, but Tyler Algier got a first and goal. Dragon people. The sequel video has 1 view in the last 60 minutes, 46 within the last 48 hours. So it's making slow and steady progress. It'll probably drag along through time and continue to get more, kind of like the other one is. My Detroit Lions video has gotten 2 views over the last 60 minutes, 29 over the last 48 hours. This current stream I'm on, somebody viewed it. They hand off the ball again, gain 1 yard there. The Falcons did. Back at the Vikings-Falcons game. They're handing it off again to Bijan, and he muscles in for touchdown. Thank you. Or no, that's Tyler Algier. Thank you, Tyler Algier. But there's a flag down. The Falcons are, at this second, are up by 3 points. Dead ball, personal foul, offensive 15 after the play. Results of the play is a touchdown, though. So the touchdown is still good, right? I think so. And there's 2:08 to go in that game. Tyson Bagent, a chance to be a fourth quarter hero. No. Why, red zone? Why? Look, he just got sacked and he fumbled it. And it's another Saints turnover. What did you think was going to happen? They had back-to-back interceptions and now a fumble recovery. Why do you keep trying to hype up the Bears and the Saints? The Saints had this game won 20 minutes ago. Jeez. Oh, Pete. Looks like Tampa Bay failed to score, so Houston's got the ball back there. Looking for trailing teams with the football in the fourth quarter. I guess that's why you went to the Bears. Even though, come on. Come on. Third and 18 for Houston at their 14-yard line. Ball knocked out of his hand. But Houston recovers. There's no way that will not be a punt. The witching hour is what they call it. Interesting term. I never heard that in relation to NFL before. But it's 2-minute warning now for Vikings and Falcons. Patriots and their boring offense are trying to get a field goal, I guess, with 1:55 to go. The non-Tom Brady Patriots. First down for Patriots. No huddle. Uh-oh, Mike Evans looks like he's kind of injured on the sideline. Oh, the Commanders. The Patriots. Ooh, their offense. Ooh, Mac Jones. Just shoot me with an elephant tranquilizer now. He tries the deep ball again, but no one was even near there. Incomplete. If anything, two Commanders defenders were over there. He's lucky he didn't get that picked off. And now Tampa's trying to cross the middle of the field with a running play by White. There's 3 games on the screen right now, and I'm confused. But the Vikings made a pass catch to the 30-yard line, though. The Bucs are about to attempt a field goal. New England's kicker is warming up. Hawkinson. Washington just intercepted it. Mac Jones is crouching like this. I wasn't watching that one because I was watching. Oh, wow. Addison had a nice catch on that one. Dang it. But yeah, the Commanders are probably going to win that game. Oh, yeah, that went to the Patriots receiver, and it kind of came out, and then right into the Commanders defender. And the Colts and Panthers just kicked off. I don't care about those two teams. There's a booth review going on in the Vikings. Oh, because of the Addison catch. Was he in bounds? And did he have control and possession and all that before he went down? We all know those booth reviews for those type of catches. So it sounds like Commanders are just won their game. Good for Sam Howell. He needed another win on his column. He's doing a lot for that team despite getting sacked so often. Ruling on the field stands for that first down. 1:12 to go in that game. Falcons are up by 4 right now. Dobbs lobs it up. TJ Hawkinson, incomplete. Couldn't hold on to it by the time he ran out of bounds. Oh, it was punched out of his hands. So I was about to say, Hawkinson has a problem with, dropping the ball. But that time it was just punched out. It's a good play by the Falcons defender there. Dobbs scrambling to his left. And just runs out of bounds, gains like 2 yards on that play. 56 seconds left to go in that game. Remember, as Lions fans like me, we want the Vikings to lose for the Lions' lead to increase in the NFC North. Although the Falcons are a competitor to get the Lions number 2 seed in the NFC conference right now. So Seattle, we wanted them to lose, and they're getting blown out. Dobbs passes incomplete. And then we as Lions fans want the Cowboys to beat the Eagles in hopes of getting closer to getting the number 1 seed. Fourth and 7 for the Vikings. Baker May got the first down on a 4th down. Dobbs. Oh my gosh. He got inside the 15-yard line. He got the first down there. Ugh. He almost got sacked there. But then he escaped and then scrambled to his right out of bounds and got several yards. Joshua Dobbs was on the Lions team last year at one point, very briefly on their practice squad, but then Tennessee picked him up. And they used him in their playoff game. Come on, Falcons. Pass incomplete. The Vikings need a touchdown, though. If they get a field goal, they would be behind by 1, which is why they need a touchdown here if they want to win. There's no scenario in this exact second where there could be a tie because the numbers are just too weird. They're showing us the Bucks running the play down to the 30. Hockenson complete the pass down to the 12. Not enough for a first down, though. I'm expecting all the timeouts to start getting called right now. They're recapping the Kirk Cousins concussion. Shiz. Vikings just got a touchdown. Still 20 seconds to go. I mean, it's not like the Lions lost the lead if the Vikings win, but it would just be a little more stressful with the Vikings right there. But maybe that would be a good thing for them to motivate them to keep winning with the Vikings breathing down their neck. I don't know. What's going on in Tampa Bay? Did the Bucks fumble the ball and they got it back? Mike Evans got it back for them? Thank you for hyping up Joshua Dobbs there. Thank you. Minnesota just trades for a random quarterback, and they're doing all the same magical stuff that Kirk Cousins was doing. That was a very long speech by the ref. Why is the Vikings team doing? Hockenson had a Kirk Cousins t-shirt on warming up before the game, and they were showing it. Atlanta still has 2 timeouts, and they got the ball with 15 seconds. Baker Mayfield. Pass to Cade Otton, and that's a touchdown. So Tampa Bay is on the lead with 46 seconds to go. This is a shootout game. Taylor Heinicke deep pass, incomplete. 10 seconds left. This live stream has lasted for 51 minutes. I never realized how long fourth quarters could be until now. Because a standard football game is like what, 3 hours? What's 3 hours divided by 4? Like 30 minutes? No, more than that, like 45? 45, 133. Yeah, so 45 minutes. So I guess I'm slightly over the average there with 52 minutes now. 5 seconds to go. Something happened and I missed it. Heinicke processing. Goes deep. Hail Mary. Incomplete. That's the game. Vikings win. Shoot. Now the Vikings are 5-4. Well, the Lions are 6-2, so they're now a game and a half back of the Lions. Ah. I can't do the face, but I'm thinking of that Olympic gymnast who was not impressed by not winning the gold medal. She had like a slant smile or slant frown or slant whatever. Not impressed. Which teams are left that are still playing? Just the Buccaneers and Texans. After the results of that game, I'll probably shut this off. .409 yards passing for the day for C.J. Stroud, they say. Good for C.J. Stroud. Good for him. I don't care about the Panthers and Colts. Both teams suck. Despite that special teams muff punt. Stroud dumped off to someone. They timeout it. Yeah, that was a good last drive by Dobbs there. Almost reminiscent of their game against the Bills last year. But it shouldn't be hyped up that much. I just hope it doesn't turn out like that's the thing that everybody talks about. It's like Joshua Dobbs in that final drive is the main headline of the NFL for the week. It's like, oh, are they going to catch the Lions? No, they're not. Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach, I guess. Stroud, deep pass to the out of bounds, caught and completed. 10 seconds left to go in the game. See, he's really good at being accurate downfield, not just accuracy downfield, but putting it in a spot where he knows the wide receiver will have an advantage over the cornerback to be able to catch the pass without the cornerback's interference. Single game rookie record, 455 passing yards a day. Past Andrew Luck's record. Good for CJ Stroud. 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Caught! Touchdown! Wow! Wow! CJ Stroud. Nice. He breaks the record and then he wins the game. Well, the game's technically not over yet. 6 seconds left. But there's a flag on the play, of course. There's a flag on the play. 3 flags? What's going on here? Talk to me, zebras. You corrupt zebra animals. Just kidding. Defense. Unfortunately, kickoff. All right. Back to celebrating CJ Stroud and his greatness in this game. 46 seconds drive is when it started, and several good enough deep passes and to Tank Dell down the middle. And now they're doing the 2-point conversion because currently they're up by 2 points. That would force the Bucks to have to score a touchdown with 6 seconds left or less. Otherwise, Tampa Bay would play for the field goal if they don't. Oh, they're kneeing it. Wait, what's going on? $75 yards in 40 seconds. Baker Mayfield's sitting on the bench like, eh. "30 completions at 42 attempts, 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. He could very well get Offensive Player of the Week. We'll find out about that on Wednesday. I really want to watch more of the Texans because they remind me of the Lions a couple of years ago. You know, they were rebuilding and they had hope and all that sort of stuff. And the Texans are at that phase now, and they might be really good in the next few years. They might be my favorite AFC team. Why do they not do the extra point, though? Just being a good sport? I mean, the Bucks only have time for one play anyway. Let's see what they would do here. Eagles and Cowboys are starting, but I'm not live streaming that. I'll watch that on my own. I got laundry to do and dishes to do after all. And then I'll be prepared for the Sunday Night Football game. Oh, they're lateraling it. Knocked away. Tackled. Game over. That was a great game. Texans and Bucks. Indeed. Let's do this again sometime soon with some of the red zone games and all that sort of stuff. Pretty decent day for NFL. Some good things, some not so good things for me as a Lions fan. But, until next time, go Lions, one pride.